let the chips fall where they may, Andrew. I'm that kind of personality. I'm not going to now shift gears and say, and not take a position. I'm not Shep Smith of Fox News. I'm not O'Reilly, and I'm not Hannity. I'm your friend, Andrew. And so what I'm worried about here is this, and I said it last week, Andrew, and I'll say it right on the air for as many hundreds of thousands of millions that will hear me. I think that the government itself sent that tape to you through the so-called man in Georgia, and that you published it quickly, and that they knew this would happen. I think that the handwriting of Rahm Emanuel in the White House is all over this affair. I'm not saying you're gullible. I am saying that they set you up.
Said that, but I'm just going to have to agree to disagree with you. I do not believe that. I have many reasons to understand that that's not the case. That is that starts sending people down the wrong gopher hole. That is not what happened. The story stands on its own right now. The exculpatory information is in there. If this individual wanted to make it about an erroneously cut video, I asked him to send me the pertinent stuff, and he keeps in the part where she says it's not just about race, and it's not just about it's not about black versus white. It's about rich versus poor. If this person were Rahm Emanuel, I guarantee you that would have been cut off, and that would have set me up. In the piece, it says that she offered to help the white farmer. She understood that this was my attempt to point out to the NAACP that those that live in glass houses should not be throwing stones. I've been on the case of trying to stop this administration and the Democratic Party from trying to split this nation on the sensitive racial schism. It's the last thing that we can afford.
All right, look, I'm going to let that piece go because you're closer to it than I am, and you would have a better grasp of it than I have, but I don't put anything past the dirty tricks division of this White House, Andrew, and I also have said that to you before. So having said all of that, Andrew, I would like to open this show up, the Savage Nation, to callers around America. Are you willing to stay with us another segment and take some calls?
Of course.
Well, you see that? He's willing to do that, but we can't get the same answer from Shirley Sherrod, can we? She wouldn't come on the show and take callers and face the nation. So this is the Savage Nation. Today we're going to be Face the Nation. The phone number here is 1-800-449-8255. Our special guest is Andrew Breitbart for you to ask a serious question of. Right now, call that number. I'll be right back.
Savage.
Welcome back to the Savage Nation. As you well know, there is a war going on in the United States of America. It is a war between the government media complex and conservative patriots, and I'm asking you if you understand that you're part of this battle. Now, Andrew Breitbart has attacked this administration in the past, and rightly so. He infiltrated their stormtroops called Acorn. He exposed Acorn's criminality, and he caused Acorn to go sort of bankrupt. And it only makes sense that this latest so-called scandal is the White House's dirty tricks office hitting back at him. That is my opinion. And I'm asking you, is the Sherrod scandal of last week and the attack on the Tea Parties Obama's October surprise? Joining us again is Andrew Breitbart on the Savage Nation. Andrew, welcome back to the program. You know you're making history, Andrew. You know that.
Well, I'm a little bit too in the bushes right now to be able to have that perspective. There's a lot of facts out there that I want the American people to have. This passion of mine really to start going after the administration's clear-cut strategy to use race, not by Obama, who tries to float above it all, but to use proxies, started at the exact moment that one would predict that they would do so, having spent a year investing 100% of their efforts trying to push this toxic Obamacare down our throats, knowing that Monday they would have to start a strategy to stop the bleeding come November because the majority of the people were against this. I predicted that they were going to do something. I didn't know what it would be. So the day before the vote on this thing, you start seeing the singularly most controversial members of Congress walking through the Tea Party with provocative actions. You have Sheila Jackson Lee giving the V sign to the crowd. You have the Congressional Black Caucus walking as an intimidated pack.
In other words, Jean provocateurs. They were provoking reactions. They wanted something to happen, and it didn't happen, and they said it happened anyway. Andrew, before you go on, because I want to hear every word you want to say, you know, your passion is what's required in America to save this country from the communist socialist left. I want to make one quick quote. Listen to this. Oliver Wendell Holmes Jr. once wrote, "As life is action and passion, it is required of a man that he should share the passion and action of his time at the peril of being not to have lived." Andrew, you're very much living, and we need you very much. And I want to take it a step further, because the new American nationalism is what's required, or we're going to fail to exist as a nation. You know that in your heart, don't you?
Not only do I know that in my heart, that I know that this is a prime Alinsky tactic. Shirley Sherrod on the tape, and it really isn't about her, but now that we're talking about her, she gives away the game. She says that all opposition to Obamacare is racist. This is the programming that is coming from this Obama White House. She was picked to be a federal appointee to oversee over $1 billion.
All opposition to Obamacare is racist? That's their new play card? Are they crazy? So in other words, it's the same thing as the Arizona law, the same thing as the opposition to the hordes of illegal aliens who have swamped our schools and our hospitals. Anyone who opposes the invasion is a racist. I would say that the invaders are the racists, since they wave Mexican flags at sporting events and they won't speak English. Who is the racist here, Andrew?
Okay, in the same video, if I wanted to put out a video that portrayed that Shirley Sherrod was racist, when she says that shows that she's the racist, that she thinks that everybody that disagrees with redistribution of the wealth is a racist. This was about showing that the audience politely applauded and laughed and agreed with her when she was talking about how she stiffed the white farmer. I was trying to hold them to the same standard. But the thing that is my passion is about saving this country. And I had a pre-planned event for next Saturday, July 31st in Philadelphia. And if you live in New Jersey or Philadelphia or Delaware, that entire area, this is a pre-planned minority Tea Party called Unity, UNI-TEA. My conversion from being a leftist to a conservative happened the moment that I watched the same group of people, the white professional class, Senator Boxer, the Patricia Schroeder, the mainstream media, Metzenbaum, Kennedy, you name it. Even Joe Biden, when they took on Clarence Thomas and said that he was an Uncle Tom, and they asked him private questions that should not have been asked as a means to humiliate him, as a means to send the message to black Americans that the NAACP and the media will not protect you from being attacked by white people if you are a Republican or a conservative. That turned me into a conservative. So this is where my passion is, and I will be speaking to a minority group of people that this is their fight. The Gallup says that 23% of the Tea Party is minority. That is what the Democratic Party is fearful of, because Cedric.
So wait, Andrew, where is this event that you're holding? Give it out right now.
It's a little-known place called Independence Hall in Philadelphia.
Well, how do people who want to go, like minorities who want to be in that Tea Party, how do they get in touch with the organization?
Go to Unity, UNI-TEA.org. If it's not that, I think it is. Just type it into Google, UNI-T. This country cannot be saved. Its original promise, it's the founding documents, the ideals of this country can only be re-engaged if the entirety of this country, e pluribus unum, is brought to bear here. This cannot be a Caucasian
Andrew
American.
Breitbart, can you stay with us and come back at the top of the hour, because this is too important for the American people not to hear. Can you be here? If not, I'll understand.
I can be here.
You're listening to Andrew Breitbart, and if you're not hearing what he's got to say, you're deaf, and you're dumb, and you're blind. And if you want to speak to Andrew Breitbart, you call the Savage Nation, 1-800-449-8255.